the roll 20?
Am I in? Yeah.
Glenn.
I think it's Glenn.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm here.
I don't see Malin either. Oh, no, there he is. Never mind.
I was here the whole time.
All right. Well,
All right, I gotta read the journal.
we are on the 197th session. We have Uslag as the previous scribe. Looks like Malin. It's your turn to scribe.
Oh, goody. Perfect timing.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
What are you gonna do something special for our 200th session?
Oh, that's good. That's an interesting idea.
Is this the 200th?
No.
You said like 197. Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
we gonna have like a crazy we should have like crazy acid trip or something. So
well, I mean, there's the whole Astral Sea thing.
I'm just saying, just some reason for Lou to just pull out like the most ridiculous monsters or ideas like he's ever thought of, but can't really fit in a campaign idea.
Just put it all out there.
For the session.
It's like one of those Rick and Morty episodes when they're doing interdimensional cable. It's just like random assortment of just fucking shit that doesn't fit in a normal episode.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
200 sessions. Wow.
Yeah, I think this is currently the longest running campaign.
Yeah. Ooh. It was Monday until we restarted. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. But there is a chance we could get Monday. I mean, we have 6 players Monday now, so maybe at some point we can open up that storyline again. I hadn't retired.
Yeah, I would enjoy going back.
Yeah, maybe after we finish up a few chapters of the Night Spire, once you guys figure out what's going on with some of the things there, we'll hop back. But all right, so Malin. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Malin is scribing. Uslag, would you like to give us a recap of last time?
Sure. I didn't sleep well last night between the news Malin shared with me about Glenn's children and our following talk about night weather, and then that ominous dream. I had a hard time quietening my mind. The group gathered in our usual breakfast spot, and Malin told Glenn what Diddy had found out about Patience treating his children as her own. There was a moment of silence before Glenn brought his fist down on the table with more force than I had ever seen from him, sending cutlery into the air. Rage can draw out strength we are otherwise unaware we possess, but if not tempered, it can also cloud our judgment and consume us. Not knowing what to say, I placed a hand on his shoulder. Malin asked what he wanted to do. Glenn was silent for a time, then once calm, answered that he wanted to kill Patience Blackwater. I expected as much. Raldo stated matter-of-factly that what we of course knew, that killing the matriarch of the second house would make us all fugitives of the Empire. Glenn suggested he go alone to deal with Patience once we helped secure his children. But Malin insisted we were in this together. I agreed. Malin asked about the possibility of talking with Patience and coming up with a deal of some sort. But if that doesn't work, our chances of taking back Glenn's children without her suspecting us are slim. Estrella suggested we use disguises to get in undercover. If that works, we could get close, get in position, and then act swiftly and teleport out before we are caught. When we talk with Shock later, we can ask for resources for disguise or illusion from the guild. Glenn needed some time to think, and so we agreed to continue the conversation when we met back up at noon. We decided to see Shock in the meantime, and Estrella went to run some errands at the market. Before she left, I asked her some thoughts on the dream that I had had. While I have an occasional nightmare, they are always quickly forgotten upon waking. When you face physical manifestations of your fears on an almost weekly basis, bad dreams are nothing. The fact that this one still lingered after waking meant something. When others in my tribe needed help interpreting dreams or making big decisions, they would turn to Grilla, our shaman. So it was second nature for me to turn to Estrella, the elder of our group. She was able to help me wrap my head around what I had seen and offer a bit of wisdom, but she recommended that if I needed help knowing what the dream was trying to tell me, I would need someone with divine magic meant to help with this. course there was a spell for that. I should have thought of that. Malin, Eli, and I went to see Shock after that. I wanted to offer condolences for Melody's passing. Malin also wanted to see if we could get any information as to the nature of her illness, as he found it a bit suspicious. I wanted to rule out foul play as well, but my first concern was to see how Shock was doing. Melody meant the world to him, and to lose her to illness after everything they had been through together was heartbreaking. It seems fate, or perhaps the one pulling its strings, was not on their side. As Shock spoke, I couldn't help think about Glenn and how he lost his own wife to illness. After we talked for a bit, Shock changed the subject, asking how things were on our end. Things obviously were not going well, and we let him know that, but we didn't give too many details. Malin explained that Patience Blackwater was having us followed, and Shock wasn't surprised. He asked Shock what the relationship was between the Splitlander Hall and Patience. He told us that she had made things difficult for him when they had established the Hall, by trying to turn the council and court against them with talk of my previous group's involvement in Issac. In her eyes, we hadn't done enough to help the Empire establish control there. On top of that, Patience was open about her suspicions that our group betrayed and even killed her son Galen. She's tried to turn the court against the Splitlander Hall a few times, but the Hall had allies within the nobility and money to defend themselves. Besides, there was no evidence. There wouldn't be, because we didn't kill Galen. She has backed off a little now that the guild was well established and respected. While we were there, we found out from Shock that a group of Splitlander recruits had been killed on a job protecting a house in the city. He assured us he was handling it and didn't give us the particulars, but did mention the attacker was said to have moved very fast, as if dancing. He pointed out that it was a similar style to Eli's techniques. After Shock left, Malin insisted we investigate this attack ourselves. If this was an attack against the Splitlanders, it was important to know who was behind it. Eli was also interested in learning more, so while Malin went to talk with people around the guild, Eli and I went to find whoever keeps the record of missions. We found Uvik, a Goliath with a friendly disposition, who had joined recently but had a good eye for determining skills, so he was responsible for choosing the guild members for this job. He took it as a personal failure for assigning members of the wrong skill level and underestimating the risks of the job. He assumed we were there to judge and punish him for that. I assured him we were only there for information. He told me that what he knew of the mission, it had seemed to him like a standard, straightforward bodyguard contract. The victim was Laven Vokar, an elven merchant who had asked for protection from the guild. One of the guild members survived and had described the attacker, an elf whose magical dance in combat made him too fast to hit. Eli looked unsettled and just said, "He's dead." He explained that the description reminded him of a specific form his former colleague had used. But he died years ago. Death doesn't stop everyone, I told him. It could be he came back, or perhaps someone learned his form from him. Eli believed that the person he knew wouldn't do something like this, though. Uvik said he had a ranger named Boak investigating this and that he would be worth speaking to. He gave us the location of the house, but we should talk with Boak first. Around noon, we went back up with Glenn. He suggested speaking with the Avonhearts again, leaving out his desire to kill Patience, of course. She is a politician and likely not okay with assassinations. But she could help in other ways. I listened as everyone shared their concerns and put forth ideas of how to approach this. The thing I kept coming back to was how to protect Ruby and Aramis from witnessing or getting caught up in the events should they turn violent. I thought of a plan to use Glenn's magnificent mansion, which he had just spent several days converting to a semi-permanent pocket dimension that no longer resets and expels any occupants at the end of its duration. I mulled over this for some time, and the sounds of their planning fading into the background. After giving it some thought, I spoke up. They considered it and decided that if Glenn could get his children undetected, he could, given time, open the gate to the mansion and convince his children to step inside. Hopefully, the kids are willing. With anyone else, I would worry that children who had seen their father in a few years would not be easily convinced to step through a magic portal in the middle of the night at his request. But their father is Glenn Whisperwind, so this could work. The next thing to consider was what to do about Patience. Glenn wants to confront her for closure, but he doesn't know what he will do in the moment. He knows he shouldn't kill her, but that doesn't mean he won't. I know I've been training him with the sword for some time now in preparation for this. He felt it would be through the sword that he would free his kids from the clutches of Patience Blackwater. But since I have known him, words have always been his first choice of weapon, and just as effective as steel. Like roses, his songs and words are pretty, but they also have thorns. This confrontation with Patience may determine which path he chooses. As for an exit strategy, once we have the kids and Patience is dealt with one way or another, we have options. Even if we get split up, Estrella has teleport via plants. Both Eli and Glenn can teleport. But we know that magic has not always been a reliable exit strategy. We should probably be prepared in case that doesn't work. To make our infiltration easier and hopefully misdirect her forces and leave the house more vulnerable, there was talk of misleading Patience by sending false information of a plan against some assets of hers, like a storehouse. Using forgery to craft a message from an anonymous third party warning about this action would be possible through Glenn's group of Shadowcry spies. The Avonheart's spy network could maybe help plant the information so it doesn't trace back to us if Glenn is able to convince them. Glenn needed time to set some of these things in motion. Before we send this misinformation to Patience, we need to wait for more intel from Diddy and a solid plan. Knowing where exactly Ruby and Aramis sleep and probably some sort of schedule of the household members and staff's routines would be helpful. While we waited, Eli, Malin, and I went to speak with Bowick, the lead investigator on the Splayed Dancer case. Bowick, a drow, recognized me from the stories, I suppose, but was surprised I knew of him. After a short introduction, I looked to Eli to take lead, since there is a chance he knows this attacker. Bowick told us what he knew already, and explained to Eli what he knew of Blazesingers. He told us this attacker teleported, unsurprisingly, but they were trying to find where he came from. He had been hiding out in the southern part of town. Bowick showed us a silver emblem he recovered from his hideout, depicting a moon and a blade piercing it. It was discarded, perhaps purposefully, as a signal or to mark something for a cohort. Eli recognized it and said it was an emblem of his old colleague, the one that should be dead. We had many questions. This colleague died years ago, supposedly, so how did he die? How is he alive? Why would he attack this merchant? Eli insisted that this elf was a good person when he knew him, not the sort to do something like this. Bowick gave us directions to the hideout in the slums if we wanted to investigate more. He will report on other locations of interest he finds to us. Although the teleport could mean we're at a dead end, we were once able to reverse engineer the magical signature of a teleportation spell and trace its destination. Perhaps we can do that again. During this time, Estrella spent time in the garden. She had bought something at the market she said was for a spell she had wanted to try for a while. She magically awakened a sapling there. While she is not typically as interested in earthy things as most druids, she is always one for new experiences. She left the tree in charge of tending the garden and watching over the place. It was in awe of its new consciousness and thanked her for awakening it. She gave it a name, Douglas, and after giving it information to help it get along with the humanoids that may come through here, the Splitlander Guild members mainly, she left it there. Meanwhile, Glenn sent a magical message to Patience, telling her he had new information about the Splitlanders. She responded that he meet her in the northern fields of their estate tomorrow evening. Glenn's spies came to him later with info on how to sneak the group in through the back gates. With Diddy's floor plan, a way to sneak in disguises, as well as a plan on how to keep his kids safe from by using the magnificent mansion, we are nearly ready to execute this plan. We just need a little more intel from Diddy, perhaps some spells and potions to augment our skills, and some backup plans for when things go pear-shaped.
All right, good read. Give you an inspiration point for that. Actually reminded me of a few things that I had forgotten.
I hope I untangled it all okay.
Yep.
I forgot to take down the Estrella tree stuff. I role played it, but then I forgot to put it in my notes. All right, so it is the 17th of summer at 8 a.m. I think we had just passed the night, and if I remember correctly, was it? It was this evening you were supposed to meet with Patience, right?
Yeah, we're going straight toward it. Straight away. That's what we're thinking.
All right. Is there anything else we need to
I can't remember if was the plan now to confront her now, or were we supposed to wait for more information from Diddy?
No, I think we were.
You
I
wanted to
think
speak to her. I'm not sure what your
yeah.
purpose for that was, but you basically messaged her and told her that, yeah, basically you wanted to meet in person, and she agreed in the usual spot. So,
Okay.
whatever you guys want to do with that, it's kind of up to you. But that's what I was, assuming was going to happen tonight.
Okay.
Raldo is still being controlled by Glenn, it looks like, in the event that we have a fight. Okay, so I was going to just pass the day till nightfall, right to the meeting, unless anyone wanted to do anything. Just let me know. And yeah, I don't think we have any other orders of business, right? I guess possibly Eli's new character, but that might not come up today. I don't know yet. We'll see. Where is that character, Eli? Is he the one I saw at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured. I just want to make sure. So I might need to work on him before bringing him in. But I'll worry about that if it happens. All right. Were you saying something, Glenn?
No.
Alright, so let me just roll to pass some time.
Can I add a day of downtime if we're passing the day?
Yes, so if you guys
Yeah.
have a project, as long as you meet all the criteria, just feel free to add a day to it. Let me know if you need to make any rolls, like if you've completed. Okay. So, let me get us back to Tyvonis. I should probably remake this map at some point. So the day leads to, or the morning leads to the afternoon, which will lead into the evening. And I assume the group, is it the group going, or is it just Glenn? I forget.
Group.
The group is going? Alright.
Yeah, yes, we're gonna go, and then, yeah.
So you are, all heading down to meet her. I believe she gave the time of midnight. Oh, we'll say 11. Because I don't actually remember if it was that late. Alright, so the group is heading down to the Blackwater estate. Moving through the city during nighttime. The guards kind of keep a watchful eye on the street. As you head down there, all the shops closed up for the day. Heading past the windmill to the very edge of the farmland. And I assume you're all in view. Like none of you are trying to hide or anything.
Actually, yeah, I think Slurp and Estrella will just be invisible. Just in case it comes in handy later to have a surprise in our pocket.
So you two are walking through the grass invisibly.
I'm backing up Glenn. Okay, right next to you. I'm his muscle. I'm right behind him.
So
Just like keeping
I'm
like a look,
supremely confident on this.
an eye out for like snipers and stuff in the trees. Just
alright,
very
so
vigilant.
when you get to the area, there are two individuals there already waiting. One of which you would recognize. So there's I don't think you've ever seen Patience before. An older woman who, if you would guess this is Blackwater's mother, or if you had to describe her without seeing her, this would definitely be her. A
Semblance there.
woman with raven black hair. Uh, looks like some kind of cloth like robes and a cloak over it. Strange old, probably arcane symbols on it. And standing next to her, a hulking, massive warforged who only one of you would recognize.
My face absolutely fucking drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I've seen a ghost almost.
All right, so he kind of stands there stoically, arms crossed, a few feet away from her, obviously towering over her, probably at least twice her size. She stands at the edge of the farmland as you approach, kind of smiling at Glenn, and says, so you were here. She says, welcome back. It seems you brought some friends, too.
He nods. Yes, thank you. I have. And he turns to Malin.
Nah. Yeah, you know, Malin's like, you've never seen Malin like this. He's like, oh. Hadrian.
Malin. Hello again.
What?
Oh, you two know each other, she says, as if she doesn't know. He nods.
What are you doing here?
He says, just another contract, one of many. She says, just some insurance. I wasn't sure how many you'd be bringing with you or if I'd be in danger. Malin, or Hadrian, is a newcomer to these areas. I've taken it upon myself to make sure he has some work. You know, the city can be an expensive place to live. He just kind of, again, just stoically stands there as if staring off into the distance. His eyes are just kind of reddish, almost like they're glowing. It's hard to tell exactly what he's looking at. She would look to Glenn and say, usually when you come back to town, you get in touch with me right away. I had heard whispers that you were back. It was strange that I didn't hear from you. Can you explain this to me? Maybe give me some insight as to why all the I shouldn't say deception. Well, why you didn't just come to me in the first place? Why the pretense? That's the word.
He looks at her and decides to answer her question with a question of his own. And he asks, "How are my kids doing?"
Oh, they're fine. I've taken care of them as per our agreement. Is that all you wish to know?
I heard an interesting little bit of information that troubled me. I heard that you've been raising them as your own.
She says, well, with you away, someone had to raise them. Giving you half a smile. I'm teaching them well. I'm giving them skills, things citizens need to thrive within the Empire. Would you prefer I just not raise them and have some nanny pamper them with no training? Perhaps just be another worthless citizen? Someone who might live in the streets? She says, no, that wouldn't do.
Well, the reason I'm away is because of you.
He says, it is true, and you've done such a good job keeping me informed. Don't think I don't appreciate it. She says, so why is it you wanted to speak to me here? Just to hear a bit about your children? Reveal me to your group?
Then I feel like my debt has been paid, and I'd like to take my kids back now.
She says, really? And how do you come to that? What makes you think you've done enough for the life you took? Oh wait, remind me.
You
was
know.
it an attempted kill or an actual kill? It was a framing that you think, right? That's your the way you see it.
Yeah, it was an actual, like, there was a body. Yeah, somebody died.
So, okay, yeah. So yeah, she would say exactly. What do you think? What do you think makes it okay for the life you took? Go ahead. Sorry.
For all the lives I've taken in your employ.
So you think we've reached equilibrium now with all the information and the lives you've taken? You think it makes up for taking from me and my family?
Yes, especially when...
She kind of puts her hand out in front of her, looking down at it as it starts to pulse with a strange necrotic energy.
Especially when you know I didn't do it.
She laughs. She says, you keep saying that, but all the evidence paints a pretty clear picture of your guilt, Glenn.
I've always been loyal to the Empire. Even now,
She says, your loyalty is to me, not to the Empire. With an angry look in her face.
Slogs growls a little bit.
She says, while we keep the Empire functioning, do not forget who owns you. And no, you've not paid off anything. She says you will continue to serve if you wish your children to be well. I've kept my part of the bargain, but if you anger me, the bargain will be changed. You don't have any power here. You're not the master in this. You're the dog.
And what do you do if I decide to no longer follow this bargain?
Oh, Glenn.
She lets out a bit of a laugh and says, what do I do? Have you played that out? How will that go? What will you do? Betray me? Turn me in? Do you think anyone will believe a killer? She says, you know that if you do this, it will hurt you more than me, and it will hurt the ones you love. That's the whole reason you made this bargain. You don't have power. She says, why bring your party to witness this?
I've realized that I'm the one that has the power all along. I've just let you take power from me.
I'm like uncomfortable as hell as he's saying this. I'm like, Glenn? You know,
says,
I'm
all
like,
right.
you know, giving him the nudge.
Maybe there's something I haven't seen in this equation. What is this power, and why should I listen to this bargain? I'm a politician after all. Perhaps you do have something, some information or some secret I haven't realized. Tell me about it. Maybe a deal can be struck. Though you're treading on thin ice, my friend.
In our travels throughout the my travels with the Splitlanders has led us to ancient mages' towers, has led us to fight Shadowlords, and has led us to look for the path to Nightweather. The first city has led us to the Shadowfell and potentially even the Astral Sea. Next, I've learned a lot of things, and one thing I picked up is a way how to bring back your old dear dead son.
Give me a
Check on that.
persuasion.
Can I
I guess
insight
it
check
would
that?
be a. Yeah, I think that would be a persuasion.
Okay.
She kind of raises an
You
eyebrow at that. No, I'm not going to have him say that to Glenn.
Damn it.
It's a different.
No, like because when I got that's just his first line. It's just like when Mallet says like, "Well, judge," just like, please say that.
Malin's not dressed sexy enough. All right. So yeah, she kind of raises an eyebrow at that, and she says, "Okay, you can bring my son back. Do you even know where my son is?"
No, but one of my companions does, and that's why I brought them with me.
Well, tell me, which companion is this? And where is he?
I want my kids back first. I have always been loyal and followed everything to the T. You have been the one that has lorded things over me. I think it's time for you to show a gesture of goodwill and trust me for once.
And this is your trump card, an offer of bringing my son Galen back to me, my youngest child, not even involved in any of the politics of this land. She says,
Yes, because if you don't, then I'll go the other way, and I'll enact the rituals I learned to make sure his soul is forever damned to the nine hells.
give me a deception.
Yeah, tormented forevermore.
So she kind of looks at you for a moment, and she says, "You know, the whole story of my son's demise, a lot of people assumed that he had died. In fact, he had just gone missing. So what you're telling me is that he is actually dead somewhere."
He nods. Oh yeah, he's dead as dead can be.
Oh, Glenn. She says, "You are a talented spy and a liar, but you are not the only one who employs spies and liars." She says, "I have my own people. I know exactly where my son is. Perhaps you should have looked into that before you came and offered it as a bluff." She says, "My son is not dead. My foolish daughter has him prisoner within his own household. She has said he's dead, but I know she is just using this as an excuse to keep her power. As usual, you have nothing. Your bluffs are seen through." She says you should be more cautious as to who you choose as opponents for information games.
Are you really sure that that's him that she's kept there, or just a body double?
Give me a deception
Are you willing to
check.
take the chance? Are you willing to take the chance?
DC on this
How
is
good?
30.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, are your spies really that good compared to me? Fuck. Damn it.
The
Yeah.
plot wins. The plot
You're-
wins.
You're playing with some elite level spy people. So she says, "Yes, I'm fairly sure. Though it was a good try. Anything else you have to offer me, or just useless bluffs as usual?"
I blame his death on the Splitlanders. If you knew he was alive. Uslug says.
She growls at you a bit. She says, Splitlanders, or whatever you bastards called yourself before. You didn't kill him, though many times you almost did. You've been nothing but trouble to me for a very long time. You and your ilk, your guild, whatever name you choose for yourselves. You've done nothing but cause problems for me and the Empire as a whole.
Hey, whatever we've done for the Empire. I go and try and muster some courage to say that.
From what I hear, it would have been a service to the Empire if these people would have killed your son.
Sorry, repeat that.
I said, as far as I can tell from the stories I've heard, it would have been a service if the Empire if the Splitlanders would have killed your son and put him down like the dog he is.
Oh, fuck.
Would that be intimidation? Yeah, there's no real burn skill, so give me intimidation.
Yeah.
The
The one,
snap.
the one social skill I don't have proficiency in.
Yeah, you big meanie. She says, oh, maybe, but as usual, my family is in control of things. My son is not in the best place, but he is safe for now. So, again, do you have anything else? I'd prefer, it's getting late, it's cold. I'd prefer to retire to my lovely mansion and perhaps await your next report in the morning. She says, I assume he's already told you all that he's been spying on you for me.
Let me go.
He shakes his head. You never planned on letting my debt be fulfilled, have you?
She says again, you have no power here. You can try to run, but then your family will suffer and you will suffer. She says, this is your lot. The sooner you accept it, the easier things will be. And I am not without mercy or without rewarding loyalty. She says, I could make it so that you could see your children a bit more, perhaps help you gain things you need within the city. She says, but if you ever try something like this again, you will regret it. This is your one and only warning for your many years of loyal service.
I haven't seen my kids in 3 years, and I come back and hear that you're raising them as your own children. And you think that letting me see them every once in a while is going to be enough?
She says, as I said, you don't really have the power to argue with me. Just accept what you have and let's move on.
He kind of looks over to Malin, and he looks into Malin's eyes, trying to gauge, like, his steel, I guess, like.
I'm like, I mean, like, I guess I would think about, like, wow, I try to, do, like, the little chest puff. I mean, this is, like, I'm not, like, I am far from confident. Do a little, chest puff and, like, try to show that, I'm with Glenn.
And he looks over to Uslag to kind of gauge her reaction as well. There's obviously a look in his eye, like a stern look that, like he's looking at her for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
kind of trying to check, everybody to make sure that, like, that they're okay with what's probably about to happen.
Oh yeah, she looks ready.
Oh no, if you want to jump now, I'd be like, Glenn, no, Glenn, do we, that's, if you want to jump them now. If you want to look intimidating, I couldn't maybe try that out. But, like, let's talk about this.
So she
Yeah.
she'll kind of see you looking at your friends and say, "So, is there anything else?"
I have one last thing to offer you. I don't hold it in very high value, but I think you will. I offer you your life, Patience.
Oh shit.
It's of no value to me, but I'm sure of great value to you.
She says, "My life, is that so? My life is of value to the Empire, to many, many towns, lands, peoples. I am the one who made us great." She says, "You, nothing, no one, walk around offering me my life?" She just laughs. She says, "Just leave, Glenn."
He draws his. Oh, God.
I try to stop you. Like, if you're doing that, I'm like, Glenn, can we, Glenn, can we, perhaps this is getting a little heated. Can we, go back? You know, let's not do anything hasty.
She looks
The,
up to Hadrian and she says, "If he moves one step closer, kill him and the rest of them." He just nods.
I, like, go white as hell. I'm like, Glenn, can we, not now, Glenn.
He looks towards Malin. He puts his hand on his shoulder and he just says, "If you don't have the steel for this fight, then leave, my friend. I
Glenn.
won't blame you."
I look at him, I say, not now. Like, you've never seen, like, Mount ever do this? Ever. And he's looking at you and he's saying, not now. Like, you've never seen Malin do this ever in his life that you've known him.
Have a good evening.
He can't.
She will put her hand up and then snap her fingers, and you see her vanish. Hadrian will look towards Uslag and say, "I salute you, Avatar of the Dead." And he just starts walking back towards the mansion. What do you all want to do?
That's...
Just happened.
I just look at him for a sec, turn around, and just walk back. Stiff as hell.
Alright, are you all going back? Are you heading back to your guild hall?
Glenn is obviously mad. He's gripping his fist tight. Malin.
Boulder Bottom puts a hand on your shoulder. He says, "Uppity bitch. Well, you have my back, Glenn. I'll do what needs to be done. But I agree with Malin. This might not be the place or time."
I can't let her live.
He says, I understand. As I said, I've got your back."
He nods and he takes a deep breath.
Well,
So
Slug
what
walks
now?
up next to him, just takes his hand.
He holds her hand.
She looks just as angry. Maybe a little different.
I was gonna do it if Malin hadn't stopped me.
Well, at least it
I'm
seemed.
spooked as hell. I'm not saying anything right
I'm
now. I'm just looking down.
Well,
curious as to why.
At least it seemed like he had respect for one of us. And, Boulder Bottom looks at Uslog. Avatar of the Dead, I guess. It's a pretty impressive title. He gives you a wink.
She gotta just goes. She's just like, poof. I can't even do. I can't do that over the microphone. But
You do what?
she just kind of scoffs.
All right. Does Estrella have anything to say? She's been pretty quiet through all this.
She was invisible.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
stayed
right.
invisible.
That's right. Yeah, they didn't know you were there for per se. You
I thought if it did end up in violence, having a little surprise might be advantageous. So
Don't worry, Glenn. We'll get your kids back. We'll make her pay.
That bitch is going down. Thank you, everyone. Except Malin.
I barely hear you. I'm like looking down, like, oh fuck, oh fuck.
I it was when I was looking at Hadrian, did he have any features that I might have recognized from the dream that Uslog had had?
Give me an intelligence check.
Damn it!
Oops. Uh-oh.
Let's see what you remember.
It's not even worth using an inspiration for this.
Believe in the dice. Believe in the dice.
Okay, let's see. How many inspirations do I
Heart
have?
of the cards.
Yeah, I'll use an inspiration.
Okay.
See.
There are no useless cards in my grandfather's deck, Kaiba.
Yeah. Oh. Damn it!
Oh no!
Uslog just
Why?
Just kind of like, oh look, a butterfly. What was I thinking about? I don't know. There's some pretty night bugs, fireflies flying around. Yeah, you're. It's hard to.
She's
remember,
really not well versed in dreams.
It's like, yeah, I
Well,
mean,
no.
it could have been. It was like a big. Yeah. It's
He
hard
didn't
to
have
remember.
a blade arm. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, she just forgot the dream. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'd say
Okay.
we're rolling a 1. You probably don't recall.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, you
Yeah.
would
So
see.
Malin, why were
You
what
would
was-
see that Hadrian is still just kind of walking away. He's pretty far at this point, but he's not making any effort to quickly leave. He's like somewhere on the field, trudging through the dirt. Go ahead. What were you saying, Uslog?
she would ask Malin why,
Can we,
of all people, would he be the one you wouldn't want
can we go back
face?
and to our whatever our hall? We can talk about it.
Oh, is this an inopportune place to talk about how much of a bitch you are?
Boulder
I
Bottom would
I
be
blankly
like,
stared
come on,
at the
Glenn."
ground. I blankly stare at the ground.
Is this the one who was in the Shadowfell? The one who stole the energy from the crystal? He looks over at Malin.
Yeah, from what Earthane said, probably yes.
Seems
Which
strange
means-
he shows up here now. I don't believe in coincidences, he says, tapping the shoulder pad of his studded leather. He says, "You sure he's not following you for some reason?"
Let's go back to the hall.
He nods. He says, "Yeah, it is kind of cold out." So, as you are walking back, as you get closer to the windmill, you hear someone singing a song inside the windmill. Oddly relaxing, and the voice seems somehow familiar. It's odd that someone would be out here this late.
Who is the familiar?
Familiar
Who's it
to
familiar to?
whom?
Just kind of all of you. Boulder Bottom kind
Pick it
of
out.
looks curiously at the rest of the group and says, that's odd. Do you want to check it out or just keep going?
I'm checking it out.
Alright, so you walk towards the windmill. As you get closer, yeah, it's kind of a sad tune, almost like a song of regret. And you get up to the door, which is partially open. And inside, you see what looks like someone in a red cloak with hood up. His back is to you, and it looks like he's etching some kind of symbol on the wall of the windmill. He just continues singing. Or humming, I should say. He's humming a tune.
Nice tune.
He stops and says, "Why, thank you. It's a lovely night, isn't it?" Still with his back to you, he continues to etch some kind of symbols onto the wall with his hand. Now that you get a closer look, it looks like he's marking with some kind of paint, maybe, or ink.
Do I know what he's doing? Do any of us understand the symbol?
So it's kind of dark in here, but yeah, they definitely look like some kind of arcane symbols to you. He is going to turn around now and say, "Greetings." He says, "I don't think I know you, though I might know some of you. It's kind of late to be out wandering."
I sense a familiarity. Who are you? You say you know some of us?
He says, "I sense the familiarity too. And, well, not exactly." He says, I do have something that I wanted to give to one of you." He walks over to Estrella, who is invisible, so it's a little bit strange. He just walks right up to you. He pulls out what looks like some sort of gem from his pocket and just kind of hands it to you, as if like you should take it.
He becomes visible and like looks puzzled and takes the stone and examines it.
He says, "This might help you." He says, I feel I owe you, as I may not have been completely honest with you." And then he walks over towards,
Have we met?
he stops and says, "Yes and no." He'll walk over to Uslog next and say, "And you as well," pulling out what looks like a small dagger and handing it to you.
Eyes it warily.
He says, "This may come in handy in times to come."
Takes it.
And he'll just kind of walk back over to the wall and continue what he was doing as he starts humming again.
I'll go to study the dagger a little bit. Does it have any interesting
It is
markings?
a very nice looking dagger. Something about it seems familiar to you. Give me another intelligence check.
Not usually my weapon of choice.
Yeah, you can't put your finger on it exactly, but you do notice that the craftsmanship reminds you of a weapon made by your tribe smith, who I think died a while ago. But this looks like something he would have made. It's very odd.
Can I examine the stone?
Yeah, so you immediately know what this is. It's another
Okay.
fragment.
Okay.
From something that you might not want to spoil for people. It's like it's
How
one of the
curious.
things from your backstory.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strangely enough, he doesn't really approach any of the other people here, nor does he give you his name. He just kind of goes back to some kind of
I kind of look to the
markings.
others, kind of like puzzled. Yeah.
Yeah, Slug looks just as puzzled.
Is there a name we should know you by?
Hmm? Oh my! I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. Yes, you may call me Reldon. Reldon Cost. He says it
Oh,
as if it
Reldon.
should have some significance to you, and then just continues what he's doing.
And what are you making there?
He says, "Oh, just a little bit of magic." He says, I have a feeling this place will be a place of coincidence soon. Things like that, well, it can be useful to someone like me." He turns around and smiles. Says, it's wizard stuff. The arcane.
Do I recognize the magic?
Do you want to walk
Or-
over and look at it closer?
Sure.
Alright, so you walk up to it. Give me an arcana check.
I rolled one when I first asked about it, but I didn't know if you saw that. I can roll again if you want.
Well, you probably wouldn't have seen it till now, so yeah, go ahead and give me
Okay.
another one.
I'll poop.
Alright. So, yeah, you don't really recognize the markings. If you had to guess, these are... Hang on, let me look up what the School of Magic would be. These are...
Tell me. Oh, go ahead.
These are very powerful transmutation sigils.
Interesting.
Tell me about a place of coincidence. What does that mean?
He smiles and says, you haven't figured it out?
I mean, I have a guess, but
He says, well, your guess is likely correct. But who am I to relieve you of your suspicions? Again, he gives you a bit of a smile. Any of you. He says, though, I have a feeling you're all up to something, even if I don't know what exactly it is yet. Then he'll just kind of let that silence sit for a minute, then turn back around to what he was doing.
transmutation. Okay.
Alden whispers, what is up with this guy?
Yeah, Estrella looks extremely curious, very puzzled.
Didn't Guyvok? I always get mixed up. We talked to Guyvok's the Shadowlord we talked to, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't he want us to meet someone, the Red Wizard?
He did mention the Red Wizard. Yes. And this is a man in
And this
red.
guy's
That's my thought.
Though
wizard
this isn't the
wearing
only
red.
person in red you've seen, though possibly the oddest person in red you've seen.
Probably a strange question, friend, but do you know a fellow named Guyva?
You randomly ask.
So he continues humming as you ask, and he says, Guyvok. That name. It sounds familiar somehow. And then he just
You
keeps...
wouldn't,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to be from Nightweather, would you?
He says, another curious name. And he says, well, I suppose anything's possible as he continues doing what he's doing.
Because, a guy named Guyvok wanted us to meet a red wizard from Nightweather, and you're a red wizard. So, you know, just trying to see if he was talking about you, maybe.
So he stops when you say that and turns around and he says, Glenn, you are an amazing storyteller, but you may be giving too much away of the story too soon. And then I certainly won't be giving anything away just yet. And he turns back
What's
around
your
and
name?
keeps doing what he's doing.
How does he know your name?
He looks over at Malin. He's definitely from Nightweather. Because all people from Nightweather so far share one common thing. They're cryptic as fuck.
Got that right.
That's very true.
It helps build suspense,
Allahan,
Glenn.
Dirty.
Again, something a verse storyteller should know.
I know, but at this point, I'm blue-balled with suspense, my friend.
He says, well, perhaps you'll have some answers soon. As new
I really hope so.
characters make their entrance into the stage.
It's alright, well. Good luck painting.
This isn't good luck
The
with
dagger, I
your
suppose.
singing. Sorry, what?
Thanks for the dagger.
He says, yes, I hope
Yes.
the significance of it, well, you'll see. And then, yeah, he just keeps doing what he's doing. Alright, so you heading out?
I guess.
Guess so,
Alright.
yeah.
Or what are you doing? I mean, you could just stand there and watch him. Just make it awkward.
I mean, we're making it awkward.
Just like start poking him in the back while he's trying to do it, and he's like, "Stop it! Stop! Get out of here!"
I was like,
Just
would just
get out
start
of
walking away.
Yeah, it's like I want to ask him more questions, but he's pretty clearly not going to give us any answers.
I want to, like, part of me is just like, you know what? Screw this. You know, like,
here. Just stab him. Ugh.
not that, but just like unsettling words, detect thoughts. What the fuck's going on?
It's like in the newspaper tomorrow. Old man was shanked out by the windmill. It was just some crazy old guy. He doesn't actually have any magic. He was a prophet. He said things. All right. So what are you doing? Some spells on him? Is that what you said?
Oh, no. I want to. Part of me is just like unsettling words, you know, detect thoughts. It's like, what is going? But no, it's just like, let's leave him to his paintings.
As you walk out, Boulder Bottom says, "What a nutter." Does Patience know she has a crazy homeless man in her windmill? All right,
I'll
so
be careful. She might try and get him on her payroll.
you think? You didn't seem.
Seems like she's hiring anybody.
Suppose.
Shudder a little bit.
All right, so I'm gonna say you head home and go to sleep, unless any of you tell me otherwise. Interesting.
I'm just gonna sit like in the corner of like the hall, and like my head is gonna be in my
Had
hands.
a weird night. What's going on?
I'm not going to sleep. I'm like just gonna sit in the side of the room, just kind of like stare off to the side.
So as you get to the house, or the hall, Malin kind of goes off to the side. Boulder Bottom would kind of poke Estrella and Uslag and say, did you two recognize that strange old man? He seemed like he knew
No, not
you.
at all. I mean,
Seemed familiar.
Yeah, he felt familiar, but I
Yeah.
I don't know.
He says, well, just wondering. I mean, he just seemed like a crazy person to me, but Glenn seemed a little bit taken by him. Just wondering if there's anything I'm missing here.
I think he's on the right track.
What was that thing he gave you? He looks to Estrella. Looked like a nice little crystal of some kind. Is it anything like those soul crystals, maybe? Glenn was mentioning the Shadowlord.
Not exactly. It's a piece of something a friend of mine has been looking for. And she would unite the new fragment with the one that's in her moonstone locket she wears.
Alright. So, as you say that, he crosses his arms and says, what, is everyone being cryptic tonight? And then, as you unite the pieces, there is a glow on the locket. And it pulses with energy for a moment as the shard you touch to it disappears. And the shine of the locket seems even more intense now.
Nice.
He says, whoa, what was that? You got some secrets.
Reuniting what was broken. Excuse me.
Kind of nods again. Maybe you'd sense he's a little annoyed that everyone's being cryptic with him. He says, all right, I'll have your secrets. You old bat. I'm going to bed. And he just walks off. All right, so anything else happening? I'll say the night is passing. Let's see what the dice tell me. Oh, the dice say the night is easygoing. So go ahead and long rest as you all have a good night's sleep.
I'm just in the corner the entire night.
Oh, are you not going to bed?
No.
All right.
Well,
you like defragging, basically, doing your your sleep but not sleep thing.
Actually, no. I am like a wide awake.
If you don't do it, you will gain exhaustion. You do have to rest, or else you gain exhaustion for the next day.
I guess I'll do that. You know, the thing, the defragging thing. But I'm just standing.
All right. So yeah, I forget what the ability is called, but you just like sit there, sentient of what's going on around you. The hallway empty during the evening for the most part, except maybe some people sneaking down to grab a snack or something. So yeah, the evening would pass. It is the next day, which is the 18th of summer at 8 a.m. It's a nice new day, summertime, so it's nice and warm. The warm air would wake you up. Go down to eat. Everyone seems in good spirits, though there is still a bit of anxiety over the Splitlander Guild's failure with that one murder. You recognize some of the people involved in that talking, but for the most part, everyone seems in good spirits. What do you all want?
Sitting in the corner.
Are you still in the same spot? All right, so Malin is in exactly the spot you left him last night. Just looking a little bit crazy as well, like another hobo.
Matt. Malin, snap out of it. We've got shit to do.
Jeez, how long was I?
Says, you tell us. You went and sat there last night and you're still there. What the hell's wrong with you?
Shit.
What did that Hadrian guy do to you?
We have to.
Glenn, did you make fun of him again? You making him feel bad? He gives you a wink.
He chuckles. No, no, not this time, I promise.
We need to get Diddy out of there.
What?
That psychopath. I didn't realize he was. We have to get her out of there.
So she's getting us information, though. You should keep your voice down. We're in the middle of the hall.
I didn't realize that he's working with the Blackwaters. This situation just got incredibly worse. I put my head back in my hands.
Alright, anyone respond to that? Eli or Uslag?
Well, we need to know everything you know about this guy then, because we're going to be dealing with him.
I don't know if we can beat him. That guy is a monster. We used to, back when, before I joined the group, whatever, there was Earthane, me, another guy, and Hadrian. And the four of us, jobs that we used to do weren't pretty. We, usually went on stuff that was, considered, usually suicide missions for others, and but we were, I would say, successful in our own right. But Hadrian, is just sadistic. I faced monsters. We had, that horror, whatever, the guy that I called Meatloaf, the undead, Plesiosaur, Farago. Well, Hadrian is the guy that you would send in who could easily just mop the floor with them. He would relish going in and just absolutely tearing demons to shreds. Yeah, I mean, the people will, if anything, the demons would fear him sometimes. That's how infamous of a reputation he had. This guy, if he was ever defeated, he would simply just get rebuilt and even stronger. Judging by the last time and what I've seen now, he's been heavily upgraded. I do not know how a confrontation with him will go.
Doesn't happen to have a... Oh man, it's hard because I remember that detail from the dream, but Slug doesn't.
Yeah, I think you could say it, right?
Okay, he doesn't happen to have a blade for an arm, does he?
Well, I mean, yeah, he does have an extendable blade extendable blade. Why?
Couldn't put my finger on it last night, but kind of reminded me of a dream that I had.
Dream about what?
So,
well,
as you're talking, one of the... And Glenn would recognize this first. You would see one of your spies walking up towards the group with a concerned look on his face. He says, Glenn, can I speak to you in private? Glenn pokes you.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Alright. So Glenn walks off with him. You guys can continue. So yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
I had a dream about a figure like him with a blade as an arm and fighting someone with a giant gauntlet I'm not good at interpreting dreams, but
I
that
look
one
down
seemed
my
pretty clear.
hands and say,
I
that's how it is.
I think you can fight him.
Well, I suppose it is. Dreams, I don't know much with dreams, but I guess my view always on them were they weren't always a set reality, It is possible to avoid them, but if possible, I would like to avoid this one. But if that, I can assure you, if we were to fight this, even as all of us as a group against him, he would, this is not going to end in sunshine and roses. Catch my drift.
Yeah, I catch you.
So, Glenn, your spy guy would take you to a room nearby and say, I have some bad news, Glenn. There might be, we might have a problem. He says, Diddy didn't check in last night. He says the night you confronted Patience. Now we have enough information from her to get things rolling with this rescue mission, but I'm just a little concerned. He says we didn't see her after her shift like we normally do, and she didn't give us any indication that she wasn't going to be there. He says we could try to send someone in to get her out. That might alert the Blackwaters that we know of their compound. I just wanted to get your feedback on what we should do. I mean, like I said, we might be able to save her, but it could put the whole plan in jeopardy. Choice of consequence detected.
No, that's...
He doesn't say that. That was me being cheeky.
Yeah.
The Red Wizard walks in. Choose wisely. What are you doing here? Who are you? Alright, what do you say to him?
The options again? I'm trying to... What were the options again?
So he said basically Diddy didn't show up last night where she was supposed to. He worries that she may have been taken prisoner or something worse, but the group does have enough information to execute on a rescue plan. He says there might be a way to get her out if we want to send people in to try to figure out what happened, but that could put the whole rescue operation at risk. So we have a choice between, like, just assuming she's okay, or maybe not okay, but just be like, well, the mission priority to save your children, could be in danger if we try to go in and find what happened to her.
Find out what happened to Patience, or...
No, Diddy.
Oh, okay.
She didn't check in. So, if I think we should probably go in and save her if we can. I mean, but I know how much you want to try to save your children. So this is kind of a big decision.
I mean, we need to save Diddy. I make sure she's okay. I wouldn't have gotten this far without help.
He nods and he says, well, I just worry that, like I said, if we do this, we might not be able to get your children back as easily. But that is what you wish?
Yes. If we have to scrap and fight to get my children back, then so be it.
He nods and says, "All right, I'll tell them. We'll make the call then. We'll update you with what happens." Give me an insight check, Glenn.
All right. Character speed is
All right. So you might be a little bit worried that your spies are not talented enough to pull off an operation like this. If they themselves are going into the Blackwater compound, which you would assume they are, they might just fail. Because like Diddy was like a master infiltrator. Your guys are good, but you don't know if they're good enough to, get past the spies that you know are in place and the
They get
guardians.
them on word to basically unlock the ladder like to the place, and that like make sure the doors are unlocked so we can take care of things ourselves.
He says, "Well, we our path didn't necessarily depend on certain doors being unlocked. We do have keys and a pathway. He says, well, let me think. How would he says, our thought was, because we haven't actually talked about the plan yet, but we thought from speaking with Diddy that we might be able to cause a distraction and get your kids out while the distraction was happening. So basically kind of draw their defenses away from where the children were, and that's when we would go in and grab them. Although it's going to be a lot harder without Diddy. There is the option of just trying to fight our way in, but that plan is much harder. He says our recommendation would be for the infiltration, distraction, and not abstraction, but whatever the word is. Basically, we get them out while you're diverting attention away from where they are. He says, I was going to talk about all of this with you later, but this whole Diddy not showing up last night threw a wrench in things. He says, maybe I should bring your whole group in so we can all talk about this. What do you think?
Oh no.
He says, oh, gods, I think Glenn may be under the effect of the sleep spell. It's magic.
No, sorry.
Make a wisdom save. All right. So yeah, what do you?
I said to. Oh, sorry, I said to. Do everything. I am here though. All right. I think it's. I mean, did he? Risked a lot to do this, so I need to make sure that she's safe. And if it makes rescuing my kids a little harder and a little bloodier, then I'm prepared for that.
He nods and says, well, we can go in tonight. That will put the rescue operation on hold until we, come out. But, yeah, no, we can do our best, and hopefully we can save her if she is in peril, or at least find out what happened.
I'm hoping that it will be worthwhile to save her as well. Don't get me wrong. I'm hoping that she's going to have maybe some intel on the best ways to find my kids, or hopefully a location.
He says maybe we should bring the rest of your group in on what's happening. Just let everyone know.
Yeah, that's probably best. Except Malin, he's having a bitch day.
All right. So I'll say. So you said it's okay if he lets everyone know.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll say maybe like the guy comes out. You all are kind of finishing up, speaking with each other, and motions for you to all come in the room, and kind of tells you what he just told Glenn. And I guess, is anyone a rogue here?
No.
I guess not. Yeah, so he'll basically tell you what he told Glenn. And Malin, give me an insight check. Since you're kind of one of the smarter people in the group. Or wiser people. Are you wise? Who's wise in this group?
I'm not that wise.
Estrella?
I do have proficiency in insight.
Uslog's a little bit wise.
Sure. Everyone just give me an insight
Estrella.
check.
Nope, I have no clue.
We'll see if anyone has any insight here.
Oh no!
Oof.
Thank you, Estrella, our wise sage. Thank you.
So basically, I'll give you the information I gave Glenn, that you're not sure these guys are as skilled as Diddy in infiltration. You might be a little bit worried about their abilities versus the Blackwater family.
I give a very grim look. We need to go in there.
And that's so that's the situation. I'll say he says that at the end of all the talking.
I look at Glenn and say, yeah, we need to be the ones that go in there tonight.
I mean, yeah, he nods.
Well, I'll say again, fighting our way in is probably going to be the hardest choice. But, of course, I'll leave it up to you all what you think is best. Our distraction that we had planned before Diddy vanished was going to be, again, you guys make a diversion, we get the kids, and then you guys basically have an escape route where you get away before, you get overwhelmed by city people and Blackwater agents. Fighting your way in would mean you'd have to fight your way in, get the children out, and then get out with all these agents attacking you. It would take longer and be more difficult. But that is, of course, always an option. Just the brute force option.
Well, preferably, we would like to not fight that much.
He says, our intelligence says they have some sort of expert warforged warrior that they've brought on recently, as well as a biomancer. Those are probably their two more dangerous mercenaries. There are some others, but those are the ones we have intelligence on. Other than that, it's mostly just house warriors and guards. So, is that the plan then? We're gonna go, you're gonna brute force it tonight?
Can we at least try to get in
Yeah, we
through
should.
the sneaky way?
Yeah.
If we could give at least get enough time to
He
test
says,
the mansion, if that's the plan.
so you tell him about your mansion ability?
So I'll go mention it and look to Glenn if
He
he
says, oh,
still wants to do that.
that could be very useful if we have an extraction point that isn't just leaving the house. Are you sure this door can't be accessed by anyone? Says,
Well, I think we... Oh, go ahead.
No, good. Sorry.
I think it can be dispelled, Glenn? It can be dispelled, but I don't think they can come in, right?
Would I know that?
Yeah, I mean it's the mansion.
Well,
spell.
yeah, yeah. I don't think it
Yeah.
can. I don't think it can be dispelled from like. Well, it's a. I guess it could, but they'd have to know it's there.
He says, "Well, I mean, dispelled. If what you say is true, and they can just stay inside, then dispelled wouldn't be too much of a problem. But
True.
yes, that will make things a lot easier. Uh, if we do this tonight, we won't necessarily know where Diddy is. To do the rescue operation, I was thinking we'd do that tonight, and the actual, like, look for Diddy tonight secretly, and then tomorrow we do the infiltration."
Yes. Okay.
Or, if we,
He says, if
I
you
hate to say
guys
this.
just break your way in and start looking for her, you might find her, but it would be a lot harder as you'd be searching while all these people would be coming down upon you.
Well, I hate to say it, but we, if we go in once, I doubt we can be able to do it a second time. So we're gonna have to do both.
He says, have
I
us.
think we should follow a very similar plan that you did, you suggested, but you all will provide the distraction. We will.
Where's all this sudden burst of courage coming from, Malin? Where was this when I needed it the most?
I'm trying to get her out as soon as possible. We have to do this tonight.
He says,
Unless, of course, you come across Hadrian again. Are you going to piss your pants again?
Look, Glenn, I am sorry, okay? I am. But I've seen that monster do things that, and I've seen other monsters fear him. I am sorry, and I do appreciate you willing to put Diddy to get there first, and I really do appreciate it, and I promise I will be there. I will show up and be there to fight. You have my word.
I don't know, man. I'm just disappointed. All the more reason for us to get my kids away from patients, and he shakes his head. You seem to have an immense amount of courage when it's getting somebody you care about away from them. But when it's something I care about, you're frozen up.
I genuinely look hurt by that statement. I am genuinely upset by that statement. And he's like, Glenn, no, look, I really am sorry, and I promise you, I was, and I am still committed absolutely to rescuing your kids, and that's why I say we should do everything tonight. But
well,
you know,
we can, if we are getting the kids out and looking for Diddy, we can split up the operation, but there's only 3 of us. It would help if we had some more infiltrators. I don't know if you know anyone, Glenn, you can add to our roster. Anyone with stealth abilities would be helpful, especially if they have tracking. Maybe some magic.
Laurel could possibly help.
He says, Laurel. Oh, the drow. Yes, she would be very useful. Could you send her, or could you have her come with us?
We need a distraction so that all the guards are looking at somewhere else.
Well, that's what you all will be doing, right? You'll be providing the fighting distraction while we try to get your children out. Now, if
no, we're gonna go in.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna use Glenn's kids. We just need to convince, very quick and painlessly. We can convince Glenn's kids to go into the
mansion.
the mansion, and then we can go and find Diddy, and all the meanwhile, I mean, first off, we need the distraction. Second off, if we can, if someone else was looking ahead of us for Diddy, and they could help speed up the process, because I feel like part 1 we can get done quite fast.
You want us to provide a distraction to draw some of them away.
2 of you provide distraction. 2 of you try to find where she is. We will go straight for the kids, use the mansion, and then go to her, and then we're immediately get out.
They kind of nod a little tentatively. They say, "Well, yeah, we can certainly try to maybe make some noise or maybe a fire." And one of them, or I guess it would just be the one. He says, "There's a couple of things we could do to try to distract." All right, that'll work then. If you're going to be the extraction part of this, we'll try to buy you time. And
Okay.
LaRose should be of help.
I've been studying a bit of magic lately that may have some use here. And she's going to describe Windwalk. Do you think that this could help us today?
I don't know what Windwalk does.
We can change ourselves in and out of gaseous form for 8 hours, but it does take a minute for each transformation.
Interesting idea, but we might have we need to have our guard up, especially with Hadrian roaming the halls.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that distraction lures him away, and we're gonna have time. Ideally, we won't ever even have to see him. He'll be immediately sent to deal with whatever the distraction is, and we use that time. But
Okay.
if we run into him, we're not going to get a minute.
Right.
All right, so the plan is kind of set. You guys want to go in as the basically waiting for a distraction to lure some of the guards away. So kind of like hopefully you guys do less fighting and get to the children.
Yep.
Okay. And you're kind of having the spies be the distraction, as well as LaRoe. Okay.
Yep.
Are we? I mean, I could just pass time till tonight and execute on this. Yeah.
Should we have disguises ready just in case? Should we have some way of communicating quietly?
Is
we
Glenn
definitely
awake
need
enough
a
to do this?
message for. Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Do we need a
Glenn,
break
Yes,
beforehand?
yes, I am.
Okay.
We're gonna need you. We're gonna need you to talk to the kids.
I am good.
Okay. I will ask though for a 5-minute break, real quick.
We can do we can do a break. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you guys want to do distractions or other stuff, I was just thinking you wanted to try to get through it quick. But yeah, if we want to do more details to try to make it easier, I'm definitely down for planning. I was kind of meaning for this to be a bit of a heist thing where you kind of detail your plan a bit, but I don't know if that's a good idea. We might just want to try to get through it.
Yeah, I feel like we've
Yeah,
talked
I mean,
over
we have the floor
long enough.
plan.
Yeah.
Like we have a plan. We might just not have spoken too much about it out of character.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what we're gonna do when we go in there. But
That's a good question.
yeah.
Let's do a 10-minute break.
Okay.
Huh?
Maybe I should have just started with the heist.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
This is where the fun begins.
The fun could have happened sooner, but you got scared.
No. For the plot, it could not happen there. For the plot, it could not happen there. Out of character. No, I mean, I was gonna act like that anyways, one way or the other. But for the plot wise, you know, it could not happen there.
I honestly wasn't expecting that confrontation to be so intense.
So, I mean, that's a boss ass move. We come out like we think like we're the hot shit, you know, Splitlanders. We just killed everyone, and then boom. I'm like, oh shit! Wait, hold up, wait. It's the classic, you know, the Punisher's like, wait. All part of the plan. Big trust. Just have to make sure Glenn doesn't snooze. I know the plan was trying to get this, like, most of this done in the first half of the session, but, you know, plot wise, you know.
Things always take a little longer.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, like I was saying, maybe I should have just gone right to the heist.
No, I mean, I think I like that, like, you know, that face off. I mean, honestly, that's exactly how I imagined it would go. Like maybe like 2 months ago, but that's exactly what I was like. Okay, no, that was exactly what I think was gonna happen. Plus, I think it's a really, really good moment when, you know, Glenn goes and he says, "No, let's go save Diddy first." You know, and that's like Mal hears that and he's like, "All right, well, you know, if Glenn is willing to do that for me, you know, I gotta fucking man up and go fight Hadrian." You know, you got that, you know, level of deep mutual respect.
Yeah, makes sense.
Telepathic bond.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
we definitely
Available?
need that.
Okay, yeah, we definitely need that.
Yeah, since we spent the night, I'm still looking through my spell list and choosing my spells for today because I feel like there's a few like just in case kind of things I want to have like in my back pocket for this day.
How does telepathic bond work exactly? Like, is it like open channel, whatever I think you guys can hear, or is it like, you know,
No, I think
like
you
just a
can
wireless
choose
phone?
what you send. Yeah.
It's just, yeah, you can communicate through the bond.
Okay, okay.
I'm back.
Welcome
Fantastic.
back. I just need one moment to do something. All right.
Finally decided to start watching Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, I listened. It's good. I quite like it.
Yeah, I put it off for a long time, and I'm just like, I was like, oh, I was in Dragon Ball mood, man. And I finally started watching it, and now I'm to the point where it's just like, you know, I'm still not super far in, but I was like, oh my god, we're getting Goku versus Frieza again? I was like, what the hell?
But it's not like it's. I think they spin it off into you know, it adds value.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's a ton left. But it was interesting. I'm like, oh man, I can't believe. Because I mean, that's always been like the iconic fucking fight, you know.
Right.
It's fucking Goku versus Frieza, like. Got some crazy fights, selling Majin Buu and the androids and stuff, but like,
It is the fight.
yeah, Goku and Frieza's the fight.
All right, are we ready to go?
Let's rock and roll.
Have fun storming the castle.
All right. So, I'm probably gonna do a bunch of this in skill checks. I was gonna make this whole thing a heist, but I just worry that's gonna take us too long. So let's.
Are we going straight to Blackwaters now?
Well, it's gonna be
Just think
this
it's night.
evening, so I'm
Okay.
gonna pass time,
Okay.
and I'll just have things start.
Before we go,
Yeah.
if we're heading over there together, all as a group, Uslag would stop. Glenn,
He'd stop and look over towards her. Yeah, Usla?
looks really concerned and kind of pulls his hand. I don't know what's going to happen in there, and well, from what it sounds like, it could be pretty messy. And if I don't do this now, I'm worried I'll never get the chance.
What do you mean?
She'll just lean in and give him a kiss.
His eyes widen a little bit.
Oh, that's
Wait.
cute.
He returns the kiss. Like, it's just a
Aw.
crazy kiss.
Don't get yourself killed, okay?
Aki still looks a little bit surprised, but yeah, of course. No.
Boulder
too.
Bottom
Well
would
done, Uslag.
slap you
The
on the
one person
back
that's-
and say, "What's the point of it if we don't get ourselves killed, eh?"
Well,
The one person who can go and befuddle Glenn. Well done.
All right.
All right,
So
let's get
she
this.
just continue walking.
Let's get this. I want to go get my kiss too from Diddy. I'm gonna go over there. Now I got a little pep in my step.
all right. So the plan was to head down to the house. Basically, meeting your people in the forest around midnight. Let me see. So I'll just say the day passes. You can work on anything you want. And hang on a sec. So it is now about, we'll say it's about midnight. Is that where you're heading? Going to the forest? To the spot?
Yeah.
Anything last minute things you want to do before that? But this is where you were supposed to meet your people over here.
Do you want pass without trace?
And telepathic bond.
Sorry, I'm sorry. What did you say, Malin?
Oh wait, we need
Telepath.
telepathic bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll cast telepathic bond on all of us.
All right. So around 12, I assume you head over to the forest to meet your people. So they would be waiting there for you. You have Leroux and the 3 spies, maybe looking a little bit nervous. They say, all right, so we're going to cause a distraction. It should be pretty obvious when it happens. When it does, you're going to use these keys to get through a side door. You might encounter some resistance there. I don't know if the guards are going to leave or not. I'm hoping that they do, but you might just have to put them down. And he gives you a map of basically where you guys are going. He says speed is paramount because, after the distraction, they're going to quickly kind of figure out what's going on, and you'll lose your advantage. So just get in and at least get the kids out, and you're probably going to have to fight your way out.
Oh, we're
He
also
says-
gonna go get Diddy.
Oh yes, of course. I'm hoping you can locate her. We'll certainly be keeping an eye out for her, but unlike the children, we have absolutely no idea where she is. So
We'll find her.
she's a little bit harder. That's why
Well, I
Yeah.
did prepare some magic that might help us locate her.
they kind of look at you and they say, "Oh, what do you have?"
I have a magic that'll give me a directional information on which direction she is from me.
Thoreau nods and says, "Oh,
But I can't use that magic at the same time that I'm using the magic that is making us more stealthy. So, for now, let's just try to get in there.
Thoreau would say like some sort of locate object spell."
Exactly.
Ah, she nods and says, "Excellent. Well, hopefully that works out then. Geraldus is all right. You guys do what you have to do. We'll be quick." So, I guess I should move the party token. So you all kind of make your way through the forest, being careful to stay unseen by the night help who are still kind of in the outer housing area. I need stealth checks from everyone.
Pass without trace.
Luckily, you're kind of in the distance, so I can take the top 3 rolls from the group.
Come on, dice.
Oof.
It's only
No.
12.
Oh, that's pretty good. Hey, that's
Okay.
pretty good.
Hey, okay.
And with a plus 10, even a natural 1 is like a 15. All right, so yeah, the your pass without trace is definitely making this easier, as normal people have almost no chance of noticing you using this magic. You quickly make your way past the side of the lake, and as you get to this point, your B team, your spies, kind of separate and start making their way around the house. It's almost time. And basically, you see the door in the distance, and there's a couple of guards there. They seem bored, just kind of looking around. What do you want to do? Anything? Alright, I will assume you're waiting.
Alright, unless Glenn or
Or wait till they pass.
Eli or Stray have like some magic they want to distract them or whatever.
Yeah, the plan is to go in when the distraction starts, but
okay,
you
well-
can, of course, try to do things early if you want to maybe get rid of
Well,
the
let's wait
guards
and see
now
if
to
the
buy
guards-
yourselves
yeah.
time.
Yeah, let's wait and see if these guards leave the posts when the
Okay,
distraction
okay.
starts. Yeah.
Alright, let me consult with the dice to see what's going to happen.
Federated dice.
Give me another set of stealth checks. Again, this shouldn't be too hard as you are under a very powerful stealthing
no.
spell.
Yeah, about that.
Really?
Guys, are we trying to botch the mission here? I'm gonna begin
That's
that one
3
now.
rolls. Still pretty good. I think
Well,
20.
Plus 10.
Yeah.
I think 22 is your lowest roll. Malin is picking up some stealthing slack. He's like
I'm like
throwing
sneak-
branches
I'm
in front of Eli, like get down, get down. But
I'm so scared that I'm being stealthy. I'm more scared than usual.
you would see a couple of patrols, which actually might give you a little concern. You don't remember the plan mentioning anything about patrols, but luckily none of them see you. All right. So about 30 minutes pass, making it about 1 a.m. When you start hearing some shouting, and It seems like there might be some kind of fire on the other side of the
Windmill's on
estate.
fire.
No, not the windmill.
Oh. That's got some weird magic going on.
So the guards seem concerned. They're like suddenly like fully aware, talking to each other, looking around. One of the patrol guys runs up to them and says something. Obviously, you're kind of far away, so you can't hear. They just kind of nod and assume like a defensive position now, kind of keeping an eye out as the patrol guy like runs towards the other side of the house.
Okay.
It seems like the distraction is underway. The clock is ticking. What does the group want to do?
Go.
Can we sneak up to them? Is there cover where we could get close to them?
So you
without
could
them
try to
seeing?
get close using stealth, getting a little bit of advantage on the like jumping them. You don't think these guys are very powerful. They look like they are like your very basic
Yeah.
guard. You could
But we have to be
probably
careful about noise. Yeah.
you could probably kill them very easily. But yes, there are trees around, so you could try to stealth up on them. Or you could just
Are we
rush
going
at
in?
them and like murder them.
I think we knock them out if we can. She would say in the
Yeah, I think
bond.
that's if we're able to, we shouldn't necessarily slaughter anyone that we don't have to.
All right, so if you're stealthing up to them, give me stealth checks. Now we'll have to use all your rolls for this because you're getting close.
Oh my god.
15 is
15?
not bad. Give me one for Boulder Bottom as well. Because at this point it would matter what he rolls.
Or is he rolled a Boulder Bottom?
Although I think he's really stealthy, so I don't know if
Yeah, he's like +9.
Okay, so yeah, you get close to them, suddenly rushing out of the trees. Now, did you say you were trying to just kill them or knock them out?
Knock them out.
All right. So using your weapons, these guys, like I said, are like no challenge. You are able to just rush up. I'll say, I guess. Well, give me initiative rolls. I'll give you advantage on your team's initiative rolls.
Do we have our tokens out?
You don't need tokens. Just put them in
Oh, right.
the chat for this, because they have disadvantage. So as long as you can get to them before one of them calls out, you're probably fine. Oh, good thing they had disadvantage. All right. So Estrella, you are rushing towards them as your group comes out. What do you do? You get to go first.
Oh, I don't know.
How are you knocking them out? Or killing them?
I
whatever you
actually, I think I would. Yeah, I think I would hold back and let the others.
Okay,
go.
so you're staying.
Yeah.
So you're not actually rushing up. You're kind of letting your
Correct.
people go
Yeah.
first. All right. So next up,
'Cause I don't
would
have
be-
good options for non-lethal.
Well, you could just run up and hit him with your staff
Okay, well I guess I do that.
if you want. But you can also hang
Um,
back. That's fine.
Does she have a staff?
Oh.
Oh, she's got the moonsicle.
All right. Well, I mean, it's fine if you want to hold back. Eli, what
Yeah.
would you do?
She does negative damage anyway.
Just slap him.
Makes them feel better.
Yeah, I'll run up and
Oh, you know what? I will do something. I'm sorry. I will put emboldening bond on Malin,
All right.
Uslog.
So you
and-
make a
and,
small amount
Eli.
of noise doing emboldening bond. Go ahead, Eli.
Sure.
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna run up and do non-lethal. Hit him with my. Can I do non-lethal with?
All right. So you're
Rapier?
pretty much guaranteed to take him down. So describe the what you do to him as you rush up. Give me a scene here.
It's gonna be because he's so graceful and he's gonna running through the woods, and he's just gonna run, and he's gonna do like a jumping spin, and he's just gonna like backhand fist a guy upside his head.
All right. So yeah,
Just knock him out.
as they see you, or as they see the group coming, like they're starting to draw their weapons, getting ready to yell, but you're way too quick, doing, as you said, a spinning jump and a fist smashing him in the back of the head. He kind of and falls over. The other one says, "Hey!" But the next person to go, luckily, is going to be Glenn. How are you taking
He would-
out, or are you?
He would see the next person try to shout, and he would draw his new +1 rapier, and he'd cut his throat.
All right. So as he's
Let's go.
just like, and suddenly a blade point just goes right into his neck.
Yeah, just
And he just falls to the ground dead. All right, both the guards are down before they were able to signal anyone. The door is
Estrella
here. Or go ahead.
Would definitely look disapprovingly at this and say, like, we don't need to kill anyone that, hasn't, that we don't have to.
Eli will just look at her and be like, "I didn't," and then he'll look over at Glenn and be like, "Oh."
All right.
It's like I just punched him in the. Oh,
That happens.
Jesus.
Hey, it wasn't me this time, guys.
Yeah. Should we
Glenn's not
put
messing
these
around.
bodies in the bushes or?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that real quick.
Boulder Bottom nods
Yeah.
and he says, "Good idea." All right. So you spend a moment hiding the bodies, hoping to gain yourselves some time. Give me a survival check or stealth. I'll
Everyone?
say. Up to
Oh,
up to two
actually, my stealth
people
is better.
can give me survival or stealth.
I got +5. Oops.
Ah.
Me and his long.
Sorry.
Oops.
I'll
Yeah.
say Malins wouldn't count because I didn't identify it yet. So someone else can roll if they like. All right.
Nice job.
Yeah, Estrella sees the horrible job you guys do of hiding the bodies. She's like, no, put in the bushes, and kind of repositions them a bit. There's still some blood on the scene, but not nearly as much. So you do the best you can in a few moments to clean things up. It would have been a lot easier had you not spilled blood, but unfortunately what's done is done. So there is some blood. Anyway, what
Can
do you
I
do?
clean up the blood with prestidigitation?
So being that he was stabbed in the neck, there's a good amount. You could, but
Okay,
it'll
let's go.
take some time.
No, let's go.
All right, so you just do a quick job.
Hopefully in the
hoping,
darkness, it won't matter too much.
Yeah. All right, so you go through the side door using your key. And in the main house, you would hear a bunch of yelling. Immediately, there are some guards in the area. Do you want to engage them or try to be stealthy?
Let's start with stealth. And-
Yeah.
Stealthy.
We're,
we can.
we're still
Yeah.
trying to get to the.
We can't do it anymore.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we're still trying
Alright.
to get to the kids as quietly as possible to
So
give as
then-
much time to cast the spell.
I just need the 6 stealth checks. Hopefully, none of these guards are too perceptive.
Wow. Okay.
Where did Eli go?
Eli's already behind one of the guards. He's doing a Batman. Where are you? Here.
It's,
Ah!
it's just dancing.
His name's John Cena. Sorry.
Yeah, where is he? Is that everyone? Okay. I do need Boulder Bottom again, just in case.
Well, I can't roll below 11, I guess. Oh, wait, he's got +5, so yeah. Oh, didn't you say?
Let's see. He's got +9.
Oh, yeah, so.
Oh, is it? All right.
So he can't
Where-
roll below 20,
I
yeah.
guess Boulder Bottom's John Cena. I was like, where'd he go? Basically, you guys are moving pretty quickly and quietly. Unfortunately, one of the guards is going to spot Malin coming down the hallway, but with his 24, Eli has already snuck up behind the guy. How are you going to take him out?
Well, now that he's seen Glenn murder someone, he'll be like, okay, I guess that's how we're doing this, and he'll just stab him in the neck.
Oh my gosh.
So he is just like, as soon as he looks over at Malin, you all just see like a blade go right through his chest, and he just falls to his knees. Like, why? Again,
Stray is the
unfortunately, getting blood all over the floor.
Oh my gosh.
Eli just kind of does the cool like whip the rapier thing to get the blood off. Everyone just is like golf clap, golf clap. But yeah, so far the group has not been discovered, but yeah, you have
Is
left
there
some
like
more evidence.
a closet or a cupboard or something we can stick that body in real quick?
Give me again up to 2 rolls, stealth or survival, from the group.
Nice.
Maybe Boulder Bottom. He's got a +9, so I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Boulder Bomb, you go do it.
It's like,
Or
oh my
he's
god,
on the
why are we
cleanup crew.
killing these guys? There's blood everywhere. Oh, he like hoists the guy over his shoulder and throws him in the broom closet. He's like, ah.
And I would try to prestidigitate this one while they're putting the body in the closet. I could get a
Estrella's
count.
Boulder Bottom, have
frantically
you?
pointing like, yeah, clean. Go ahead.
Boulder Bottom, come on. Have you ever played Dishonored?
What?
It's way more fun to kill him. Have you ever played Dishonored? It's way more fun to go
We're getting blood all over the hallways. They're gonna follow the fucking footprints. Stop. It's at least bludgeon them if you're gonna. Anyway, let's go.
Let's go.
All right. So you keep heading down the hall again, trying to be stealthy. Let me consult the dice for a moment. Ooh. So from outside, kind of near the door, you hear some yells. Someone may have noticed the guards are missing outside. I assume you're attempting to continue stealthily along the path, so give me some more stealth checks.
Oh my word.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
This is not gonna go forever. Okay. Boulder Bomb. Oh, that was Boulder Bomb. What were you?
Even with the passive, that's
So
right.
low
That's
is
pretty good.
13. Let me check something. What say dice? The dice have found you wanting. You've been discovered by a larger, more dangerous group. Give me a moment.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, how we've all rolled stealth, it was only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Well, we said we'd stealth, so we couldn't, and so
Yeah.
we knew there'd be a point.
Alright, so you are going down one of the hallways as you hear some yells and see enemies coming in from several directions. Give me initiative rolls.
Should I be seeing something?
I guess this place would be lit. Hang on, I'm gonna just put lighting on.
Oh, Slog's ready.
Yeah.
There.
She's just very focused right now.
Oh, it's one of those broken
And has it been 10 minutes since we took out the first guards?
No, it's only been like 5 minutes.
Okay, so everyone, remember you have emboldening bond. You have to call it before your roll if you want to use it.
Hang on, one of my tokens broke. Pull on a new one. Alright, so yeah, there's a guy to the south, a guy to the north, and a guy coming down the hallway from in front of you. Okay. So the first act.
I only see the left to right halls. I don't see like north or south.
Oh, I forgot to roll for Boulder Bottom. Where is he?
Go ahead. I haven't sorted yet.
I don't know where he'd be. I just pulled him out. I don't have control over him.
Okay.
I can't move the token.
So I guess I'll pull him out. Hang on. Boulder Bottom. Put him in the back. There.
If you can delete that other I created, just above one.
I don't see a Boulder Bottom.
Just
one.
right here.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, really? Oh, that's weird. It's on my screen. Never mind.
Alright, so the first...
I will roll for him. Sorry. Boo.
Alright, so the first act, as these guys come rushing up, is going to be one of the enemies. So he comes around the corner, seeing Uslog. He is going to rush forward with his short sword and say, stop, as he takes a stab at you. So... Oh wait, sorry, these guys have long swords. So first attack slashes at you. Luckily, he just misses as you throw your greatsword up, knocking the attack back. Second swipe, 25 is going to land. He's going to do 14 slashing to you, and I need a strength save. DC 17.
Damn.
Oh, alright.
Come on, dice.
So you are knocked on your ass by the attack as you go prone. Like, what the? Catching you off guard just knocks you over. You are
Makes me more angry.
also vexed, so you have disadvantage on your next attack.
Vex
Uslog.
is... I thought Vex was he has advantage on his next attack on me.
Or what's the one where... The longsword one.
Oh, longsword. Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
Vex. It's the one that gives disadvantage.
Yeah,
on
I
your
forget
next
what that
attack.
one's called. Yeah. Okay, well, she's gonna rage, which allows her to do her instinctive pounce, which she's just gonna leap right back up at him. Basically, so that's
Okay, so you use that half speed to stand, basically.
yeah.
Do like a
And
cool
then-
little flip, getting back on your feet.
Yeah, that just pissed her off. Brutal. Oh yeah. Okay, so she's gonna attack recklessly.
Okay.
Oh gosh, sorry about the word wall. This is the first time I've played her as 5.5 since I've switched. So she's going to just do the extra damage, I think. Actually.
All right. So the
Yeah.
brutal strike,
Which is D10, extra D10. Okay.
So that gives up advantage to do more damage, right?
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, she's just gonna do an extra D10.
Okay. Yeah, 23 will land, cutting him as you flip up with a quick sword slash.
Strike. Okay.
He yells, "They're
Should
here!"
double check. Should double check all of that. Oh yeah, she's got a second attack.
So.
Does all that look good?
I think so. Let's see. Divine Fury, Brutal Strike. Alright, so that would be 27, 31. As he gains a level of wound, your greatsword cutting into his armor a bit. Second attack.
Yeah.
So you could take prone off you whenever you feel like it.
And is that is the brutal strike? I can only do that once. Yeah, once per turn. One strength-based attack. Okay, got it. So this will just be a regular attack. But she is going to Yeah, there we go. Do that first. Sorry.
Okay.
Wouldn't this one be an advantage then?
Oh, I forgot about my greatsword ability thing, weapon mastery.
It would be an
what does that do for him?
advantage. The great sword, if you miss, you automatically, I think, do your strength modifier.
Oh yeah,
damage.
the graze. Yeah, graze.
Graze, exactly.
Okay, so yeah, so it's just there. Okay.
Okay. So you strike him for another.
Oh, do I
12
roll again since I was
points.
at advantage?
You can roll twice if you want to crit
Just to
fish.
see if I. Yeah. Okay, we're good. And
Okay.
she'll just in the telepathic bond. Does it look so? It looks like we're kind of getting surrounded here. Like there's more coming.
Well, you're not surrounded yet,
Okay.
but
Right.
you know, the longer this fight goes, there's more. Probably going to be more
Yeah.
reinforcements.
Okay, so she's gonna say in the telepathic bond, Glenn, if you can, we can hold them off if you can get to your kids and start that.
All right. So I'm going to say that second
that's
strike
it.
did put another level of wound on him.
Okay.
Estrella.
Can I move over, like move across, or like to one of these places adjacent to him? Or would I have to
You
do?
would have to overrun him, but I think you already used your bonus action.
Yeah, I forgot to do that. Damn it.
All right.
Okay.
So Estrella, what are you going to do?
Can I squeeze through? That's 10, 20.
So you
I'll
see
go
guys
here.
coming from the north and south. Okay.
I will, I'm gonna cast Charm Person on this guy.
All right. So actually, as you step forward, he is going to stab at you as a reaction because he has a big pike. Do you want to step forward into his threatened zone? You would know that he would have that as a reaction.
Well, once I got to Glenn's space, because of my movement speed, there's nowhere else I could go.
Could go
without
north.
him. Oh, I thought Boulder Bottom was there. I see a token
I don't
here.
see Boulder Bottom there.
Oh, okay.
Let me refresh. Maybe there's like a ghost token.
Then yeah, then maybe I'd go there then. I thought there was someone in that space. And I'll cast on this guy instead.
Also, you can always delete tokens. What's the delete button? No, I still don't see him there. That's really weird.
It won't.
Alright.
It won't let me delete it.
Yeah, it might be a bug, so just you might need to refresh or something. All right, so you step there and you cast Charm Person on who?
On the one that's here in front of me.
Okay, the guy coming down the hall. So
Yeah.
he gets a Wisdom save. Does he have anything to help with this? I don't think so. All right, what's the DC?
17.
All right, so the +0, he is going to fail. And he kind of... Wait, does he have advantage on this? No, actually it wouldn't matter. So he's going to fail and be like, what's going on?
I'm gonna say, friend, your shift is done. You should go home and go to bed.
He says, but we're fighting. Are you with these people? My good friend, why would you help these terrorists? All right, so he is charmed, but he's not dominated, so he's not necessarily just
Okay.
going to listen to you.
Darn
But
it.
he would, yeah, so he's confused by what you say. Anything else for you? And this isn't a concentration, by the way.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still concentrating on Pass Without Trace in case I can
Gotcha.
keep it. Yeah. I think I'm going to hang on to my transformations. Yeah. All right, that's my turn.
So he'll say, wait, there might be a misunderstanding here. And it is now another guy's turn. So he's going to come down the hallway here. Seeing Uslag, he's going to swing at you with advantage. So 27 will strike you. Doing 14 slashing. So I think you're raging, so 7.
Yeah.
And I need another wisdom save. Or actually, a wisdom save this time.
What kind of save? A wisdom
It's wisdom, yeah. It's not strength
Okay.
this time.
Sorry, I was gonna. Okay.
So you fail. If you attack a different target besides this new guy, you'll have disadvantage. So he's
Alright.
basically kind of goaded you. The polearm master is going to step forward and say, "There's no mistake. These are the ones who've broken in." He's going to stab at Glenn. So he does a multi-attack. Glaive slashes at you. Luckily, you sidestep the first swing. Comes in with an overhand slash. 27, I believe, is going to hit you.
Yeah.
So you're struck for 15 points of slashing damage. And he is going to... that'll be it for him. Oh, he's going to bonus action blunt swing with the other end of his glaive. 19 will strike you, doing another 8 bludgeoning.
Okay.
So a total of 23. Ending his turn, Glenn, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
That's... The spells I have. How high is the ceiling?
Ceiling in here is about 10 feet in this hall.
Damn. Okay. What does eyebite last for? Up to 1 minute. Not long. Sorry, thinking. I don't want to pop a 5th level spell so early, though. Is the thing.
Remember, if you take longer, it could make things harder. Not in rounds, but just, you could have reinforcements come.
Okay, his eyes narrow and he growls and he starts casting magic without playing in his instrument, and he just says, "Get out of my way." And he kind of like puts his hand forward and like crushes his hand into a fist, facing this polearm guy as he does the Vader grip as he's going to cast telekinesis.
Oh shit, he's a caster! So was that a strength check? Or strength
Yeah,
save?
it's a strength check versus my charisma check. Shit, 10.
Didn't they change it in the new one? Or is this the old... You still have an old character,
This
right?
is the old one, yeah, still.
Okay, so strength check. So you concentrate on your spell. All right, so yeah, you kind of grip him, and but he is able to push through it. So he resists it for now.
He's gonna move on the other side of Eli, and then his turn.
Okay, so Mark Sub's concentrating on that. Eli, what are you gonna do?
I will start dancing.
Just moonwalks around the corner. Hoo-hoo. Oh my god, it's him.
Move up to him.
Yeah. So as a reaction, you would know that moving into this square will provoke an Oppie from him. Do
That's
you
fine.
want to take that? Alright, so he's gonna stab at you as you attempt to approach. 23?
Matches it.
Alright, do you want a shield or are you gonna take the hit? You believe that if you take this hit, it is going to end your movement.
Well, then
Stupid
I'll
fighter
shield.
abilities. Alright, so basically as he tries to stab to keep you at bay, you just knock it back with a blast of force energy, spending your reaction, and you are able to move up to him. Uh, 18 is going to hit versus 17 AC as he does not have a shield. So you strike his plate going through the shoulder for 10. Giving him a level of wound. 13 is not enough as he twirls the glaive around, knocking back your second stab.
That'll be all I got.
Alright, so go ahead and spend your reaction. Malin.
I can't really see that much. I only see the guy that's in front of Uslog. Can I go, like, I just can't end my turn in Uslog's square, right?
So
Like, just
you
go
can
up
try to charge up and like barrel through him with either an overrun or a tumble, but if you fail, you have to back off, which would give them both oppies.
Well, I just want to go up, go some punches and back up, and if they want to swing, they can swing.
You can't do that. You can't stop in an occupied space. So if you can't barrel through them, you have to back up and you won't be able to attack, and they'll get to oppie you. Unless you can teleport or something.
No, I can't.
So you could take the
Go.
chance. I don't know how strong or dexterous you are.
I am a bit strong, but
They are fighters, though.
and I can't hit anyone from this square. I think.
Unless you have a ranged attack.
Nope. All right. I guess I
Uslog's
can't
kind
do
of
anything.
got the front right
It's
now.
alright.
No, that's okay. All right. Yeah, I'll try to barrel through.
All right, so you go rushing up, trying to knock through him. I assume you're using overrun.
Yeah.
All right, so give me an athletics check, and he will defend with his athletics check. Uslog would be better at this. She's raging. Oh, good roll. Yeah, so you just go, you spend your bonus action, just go like knocking right through him. So 25 feet gets you there as he's knocked out.
Uslug just like moves to the side. Go for it.
Uslog just slams
Alright.
into him. He like stumbles back as you just run past. Ugh.
Yeah, and I whirl back around, and with the flank that we have now, I'm just gonna start punching him.
All right, so you thunder up your gauntlets. Yeah, 24 strikes with the first, doing 12 points. Oh, putting him to 2 levels of wound. He's already there. Second attack. Yep, another punch of thunderous energy for another 10. He is still at 2 levels as you continue laying into him.
That's all I got.
That's all. All right, so that ends your turn, and he is distracted, taunted onto you. Let's just remind me of that. So, Eli, what is your passive? 16. All right, suddenly a figure is going to appear out of the shadows down the hallway. Appearing for a moment, she is going to fire. Actually, wait, what does she have? She has a weapon you don't recognize, which she will pull out, and as she pulls a trigger, a blast comes out of it. Which I think 26 is going to hit you. Oh, wait, you shielded.
be
What's
good.
your AC at?
Yep. 28.
Alright. So luckily the shield keeps you safe as the bullet just shatters off your force field. She seems annoyed by this. Taking a second shot, which will miss as well. And as a bonus action, she is going to disappear into the shadows. So here, I'll give you what she looks like. And then, just as soon as she was there, she suddenly steps into the shadows, vanishing. Alright, that's it for her. The charmed soldier says, this is no place for you, friend. You have to get out of here. These are dangerous criminals with you. And he does nothing for his turn, but talk. Raldo.
Raldo is going to load his bow, and he is going to shoot down the hallway towards the enemy that Uslag is fighting against.
He says, what was that?
Seeing that he's wounded.
Yeah, he says, what was that explosion? As he takes aim.
Actually, as a bonus action, he's got forecast and Hunter's Mark, and it can be moved after. Yeah, so he's going to Hunter's Mark as a bonus action and then shoot.
Alright, so he marks his target. Let's see. Now, these guys have shields, so unfortunately, those are both going to miss. AC is 19.
Oh, bitch.
Yeah, so he puts his shield up, catching the 2 arrows as they come in.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Raldo. So the guy from the south here is going to move up and go for Uslag. Oh, natural 1 completely misses. But second attack. Oh, wait, he has advantage. So actually, those would both hit. And he's going to strike you for 11 and 7, so 9 points after having those. 9 total.
Okay.
That's it for him. New round. It's going to be this guy's turn. So he is not happy about this, but he is going to swing at Malin because he doesn't want disadvantage. Actually, wait. Uslag is also giving him advantage, so that would cancel out. I think he's going to go for Uslag, trying to take one of you down. So he multi-attacks. Oh, he is going to crit. Oh, wait, disadvantage. So that would actually miss. Second attack. Oh, misses again. Uslag dives back, avoiding the 2 attacks. Uslag.
It's like bouncing off the walls. Oh,
So you can tell this guy here is like a normal guard versus these guys who are like elite guards.
okay. And this guy is the one that goaded me, the one up there.
Yes. So
If I want to resist that, I would have to, or I just get disadvantage on anyone else.
You just, yeah, if you attack anyone else at this point, you have disadvantage. At least for this turn.
Okay, I'll attack the goaded guy. That's for sure.
All right. So you swing at the one up there.
Yeah. And she'll continue reckless. I have to decide. I have so many choices. So she's going to do she can't do forceful blow. Daggering. Sundering blow?
Sundering blow, alright.
Yeah. Okay.
+5 bonus to the roll. Okay, so wait, what does that do? Sundering blow.
So if someone else attacks it, they get a +5
Oh, I
bonus
see.
to their roll,
The next attack roll.
which might not be very useful right now. Actually, now that I think about it, you know what? She's just gonna do the extra damage.
Okay, so she's still going reckless.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would have advantage on this swing.
Or just the +10, plus D10,
Mm-hmm.
because I forego the advantage. But do I have advantage on it?
I think
From
no, you
another
just
source?
get the D10.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Cool.
no, not on him.
Okay.
You would have flank on this one. All right, so 22 is going to strike him, bringing your explosive radiant attack down upon him for, let's see, 35. This is another radiant explosion, staggering him for a moment. Second attack. 17, that will bounce off his shield.
Damn it.
Tink.
Okay.
These guys are pretty well.
Oh, she does the graze damage then.
Okay,
which is what?
5.
Yeah.
I think it's just your strength.
4.
modifier.
Sorry. Plus my strength is +4.
All right, so he takes 4. All right, Estrella. He says, "Get out of the way! I gotta stop him."
I'm gonna say, no, you must understand. They've lied to you. And then I guess I'm gonna transform.
More than meets the eye.
And
It's like, what the hell? Give me a persuasion check on that. No.
Okay.
I'll say advantage. Okay, so yeah, he's torn, maybe delaying him further. So you transform and then what?
Guess I really didn't want to kill a bunch of people, but we're losing time. I guess I'll do Eldritch Blast on the guy Eli is fighting.
Alright. So you blast at the southern one there.
I think I've ever actually used this on her. Do I have a macro?
Yeah, 20 with emboldening bond. So yeah, 28 will strike him. The first Eldritch Blast. For 8 force.
And then I get 3 beams. Okay. Nice.
So second one, remember, does not have the emboldening.
Right. And do I can I do different targets with Eldritch Blast?
Yes.
With the three
You just have
shots?
to.
Okay.
Generally, you just have to call them all before you roll. But we can say if you want to target different people.
Well, I'm gonna step down here and
Okay.
do the second one on this guy.
All right. So you blast down the hallway there. Yeah, 25 strikes him as well, doing another 8 force,
And
pushing him to 3 levels of wound.
okay, then I'll go ahead and do one more on him. Well, actually, no. I'll do the third on the one that's less wounded because I still have hopes that my allies might use non-lethal force to finish.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Keep hoping.
That's funny.
I think, yeah.
Eli's like, look, I punched the first guy, then people are stabbing people. What are we doing?
And then I'll
here?
step back up
All
in
right.
this guy's way.
So luckily
Glenn
he does
set
not
a
have a
precedent.
reaction. Yeah, exactly. The precedent has been set. All right. The soldier goes. He is unhappy with Uslog, so
Oh,
he's gonna.
sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. One thing. As part of my bonus action when I transformed, I would also try and shoot this guy, but I think I'd miss.
Yeah, 12 is
Okay.
unfortunately not enough. Alright, so this guy here is going to swing at Uslog some more. With advantage, 22 will strike you. Doing 8, which is half to 4 points of slashing. I need another wisdom save as he continues to goad you. Me! Come after me! Oh, but you are resistant, at least this turn.
I'll attack whoever I want.
You don't tell me what to do.
Thank you very much.
With advantage, 25 is going to hit you, or a second attack for another 5 slashing. That's going to be it for him.
Kind of want to. Yeah.
10 halves to 5, by the way. He did 10,
Yeah,
which halves
got it.
to
Thank
5. This guy is going to look at Eli doing his dance and be like, huh. And he's like, whatever they do in anime, where he's just not impressed, and he's going to overrun you. So I need an athletics check. Huh. Oh, good roll for a -1. Oh,
I read a book about it.
he just like he slams into you and you just fly aside like a little leaf. Moving up here, he is going to stab at Glenn some more because he didn't like you casting. So glaive slash. You dodge the first one. Second glaive, 25, I think, is going to strike you. Stabbing you for, or slashing you for 10 points, Glenn. So I do need a concentration check from you. If you are there. It is close to end time. He may have fallen unconscious.
Alright, sorry, I had my headset on so I could hear it. So I got hit, I need to make a concentration check. How much damage?
10 slashing, and yeah, a con save. As you are cut.
Eli, you're supposed to defend me. What the hell?
I did.
The betrayal.
It's my only weakness. He just pushed me aside casually. There's nothing I could do.
Betrayed by Eli again.
The man's like 300 pounds in metal armor. I'm an elf.
Okay, concentration.
Alright, so yes, you do hold your spell, and take your 10, and that's going to be it for him. Glenn.
Okay, squeezing him again. So
Alright.
charisma check.
So he... Oh.
Yeah, beat that bit.
I don't know if he can. Let's see. Strength. Strength check. Alright, so yeah, as he cuts you, you kind of give him an angry look, and then once again, this time you do crush down on him.
Alright.
He is restrained.
I am going to move him basically behind Uslog.
Alright, so you shove him back as you hold him in restraint.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Alright.
And yeah, he is restrained, so I'll shout out like, Eli, Uslog, dude behind you is free game. And I'll end my turn.
Alright,
Like
Eli.
a cat bringing a mouse.
Right. We'll just step up here.
Alright.
Stabby, stabby.
Make him pay for just shoving past you. Alright, 28 will strike with the first stab. So he takes 16. Second attack.
I
Oh,
don't know why I went twice.
crit. Alright. So another 17 with that stab. Putting him to 2 levels of wound. Anything else?
No, not at the moment.
Alright. So that is it for Eli. Malin.
Yeah, just the guy in front of me. Keep punching, so punch.
All right.
Miss.
18 is just gonna miss him.
Damn. Next punch.
Nice.
That one lands. Another crackle for 11. He is barely hanging on. Anything else?
Offhand
19.
punch. Barely
Yeah,
gets him.
that is gonna strike. And that is going to take him down. Oh, so he is dying.
Good job, Melon. At least you still have it in you to fight these weaklings.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
All right,
Yeah, that's
so
Melon, it's Hadrian's behind you. Look out!
Okay. Alright.
all right. So from the shadows, another shot rings out. What's your AC right now, Eli?
23.
All right, so you kind of do a quick dance shift sideways. Ow! As the bullet whizzes past your face down the hallway. She says, "Mother," and then she fires again. And you dodge the other way. Ow! Once again, getting out of the way, she will then curse and then go back into the shadows. She just cannot hit you. You got too much AC. All right. So that is it for her. The charm guy says, "They're killing my friends. Just get out of here, Estrella, or I'm gonna have to do something about it. Just I don't want to hurt you." I actually wouldn't say Estrella. He said friend. Get out of here,
Yeah.
friend. I don't want to have to hurt you. And that's again. He's delaying his turn because of the charm. Raldo. That's you, Glenn.
Oh. Rolda is going to fire at the restrained fellow.
Alright, does he want to
or
move
actually-
his mark?
Yeah, so yeah, bonus action to move the mark.
The restrained guy. Alright.
Yeah.
Because the other guy's
And
down.
so he'll shoot. And I do it. I just do twice. Oh, there we go. 26, 19?
Yeah, those are both going to hit as he does not have, his AC 17. So,
Ooh.
and
18, 13,
2
and-
extra D6.
Oh, that's a big damage from Boulder Bomb, man.
Alright, so he lines up his shots. He says, "I got him," whispering to Glenn, then takes 2 arrows for 37. And he would go down.
Nice.
Goes to his knees. He is in the dying state.
Glenn will use his reaction to give Boulder Bottom a high five.
He says, "Stop being so mean to Malin. We need him in top shape." Alright, that's it for all.
Five.
So the normal soldier is gonna just go swinging at Uslog. Yeah, with advantage. 19 will strike you, cutting you for 13, which halves to 6, and giving you disadvantage on your next attack. And new round.
Brings her to its second level, I believe.
But unfortunately, we are over time a bit, so let's MVP here.
Aw, unfortunate.
Well, at least
Yeah.
now we'll have an action-packed game ready for next time with some twists and turns. We need to get Glenn's address. We can send him a package of energy drinks. just chug like 5 of them. Don't do that. That's not good for you.
Yeah, don't recommend.
I did that in college. Big mistake. So, Glenn, with 2 votes, you are the MVP. Congrats.
All right, thank you.
Get your story point. Or no, sorry, get your
Inspiration.
inspiration.
Yeah.
All
I'll
right,
gladly take a story point though if you want to give me one.
no. So yeah, good work,
Suck your
everyone. Any
that's true.
any comments, things you liked or disliked, things that people did that you liked? But I'm taking some notes if you want to just give me some feedback.
No, pretty good.
Yeah, got us to the heist.
Yeah. I like the part where I didn't get hit.
Didn't you want to be more like
I
front line and?
Yeah, I liked all those parts. I didn't like the part where I did get hit. We could avoid
Where the
those.
glaive
Going
nicked
back, if
you.
you're gonna go.
Yeah, if everybody could just guard me, that would be real nice.
Okay. This is always weird. I can't see anything still. You know, I can't see anything. Like I know I can only imagine there's a hallway down here, and up here.
Yeah.
I don't see the east hallways or the people in there.
Yeah, you'd
Same.
hear stuff, but yeah, you wouldn't really see much from where you are.
Is it just like a conveyor belt of guards? Like,
let's see. Mysterious red wizard.
So just casually running into Serator in the capital is like, oops. This is just the big bad guy from the entire universe just casually singing in the windmill. I don't think it's him, but it could be.
You never know, man. I mean, look, he was just as cryptic as Xerxes and Boulder and Boulder Bottom. So
Yeah,
not Boulder Bottom, a Hollow Hand. I mean,
yeah.
there's a lot of people with adjective body part as a name. Okay, I'm just saying, Boulder Bottom, Hollow Hand, and it's alliteration too.
Well, not Reldon. He's just Reldon.
It's not Reldon.
Could be a fake name.
And is it
Well,
Boulder Bolder or Boulder?
And plus, Roldan, we can just call him Roland Roldan.
Rolling Roldan.
Roldan. Yeah,
Eh.
true.
let's make things extra confusing.
The thing is, like, you can't do that for some of the players' names, because, like, you can't do that for Uslag, because what the fuck other word starts with U?
I did that on purpose.
United Uslag.
Yeah,
Unilateral
Yeah.
Uslag.
Unilateral.
I like unanimous Uslag. I think United's probably
If
the
you
most.
were in kindergarten, like ugly Uslag.
Oh, come on.
I said if you were in
Damn.
kindergarten, those kids are mean.
Damn.
Kids are
Yeah,
mean.
that's why
Kids
Uslag's
are
so tough.
jerks.
People like
because
to.
they called her ugly Uslag.
Ugly
Uslag.
Uslag.
She raged in second grade and just like punched a kid.
Oh.
Don't worry, Uslag. You're
And of course, Glenn's easy. Glamorous Glenn.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Gallant Glenn.
Magnificent Malin.
Was that a compliment to Malin? Oh,
Astral
goodness.
Estrella.
That's wild.
I
That's
see.
weird.
Astonishing Estrella.
I was
Nice.
gonna say malignant Malin.
Enigmatic Elon.
Just giving everyone
Those
titles.
are pretty
now.
good.
Yeah.
That'll have to go into the portrait.
It's better than the last names you gave everyone when you snuck into the city.
Yeah. That was-
Love it. Love it.
We won't bring those up again. This is
just randomly.
children's
Now the cover's
stream.
blown, you know.